Hello, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Maggie. Today we're going to be doing a look inspired by this look Juvia'S did on her channel, except not the blue version. We're going to do more of a purple, pinky duochrome version that is inspired by this new palette that I got from Juvia'S place, and it's the Mauves by Juvia. We're going to first go out in with our eye primer from True Plus Luscious Angel's Eye eyeshadow primer to block out the base and make sure our eyeshadow lasts all day. And like I said, we're going to be going in with this Juvia'S Place Mauves palette. I recently picked this up at Ulta when I was there with my friend, and it's absolutely stunning. That middle bottom shade is the whole reason I bought the palette, is because it's like a duochrome, like pinky green tone. You'll see it later, but it's absolutely stunning. We're first going in with the bottom left shade, which is a nice dark mauve into the crease. I don't own anything other than this palette from Juvia'S Place, but the palette was only $14.99, and I feel like that's a pretty good deal, especially since it has a really beautiful duochrome in it. Juvia'S Place is a Black-owned makeup brand catering specifically to unique complexities of Black beauty, and it's also a women-owned company, which is very important, especially during Women's History Month. After you've blended that in the crease and nicely buffed it out, we're going to go in with the darkest purple in the palette. I feel like the two dark shades at the top are very similar, so I feel like they could have done something different there, but they're still both very beautiful. I would say the first one's a little bit more brown based, where the third one is that I'm using right now is definitely more purple based. But I'm going to use my trusty eyeliner brush and do a nice smoky eyeshadow eyeliner. It's definitely a very pink based purple. I love it, and it looks really good on, I would say, every eye color, but especially blue eyes and brown eyes. My favorite thing about doing makeup is you can always make mistakes and you can always fix them. No makeup look has to be extremely perfect, and with these eyeshadow wings, they're not extremely sharp. You could do the tape method, but I'm taking a makeup remover wipe and I'm just taking it along that shadow line and sharpening it up. And no one would know that my wings before were a little blocky. After we've cleaned up our shadow lines, we're going to put a little bit more shadow on there just to make sure that they're nice and opaque. Now for the little graphic part, I just took this, it's technically a nail art brush, and I just dipped it into that same shade, and I just drew a little line right there in the front, just like Julia did, but I did it with the dark purpley pink. This is really easy. Even if you mess up, I was able to just wipe it off and restart over on that little line, and it's super simple. Anyone could do it. No skill needed. After we're done doing that little graphic eye, there's the full matte shadow look, and now we're going to go in with that amazing duochrome pigment. It's very teal green, light green. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's my favorite kind of duochrome. You'll really see it in the light, but it's stunning. Anytime I see this, it's like an opal. It's definitely very opalescent. I put that all over that void spot on my eyelid and just fill it in. And then we also drag it into our inner corner. Sorry if it looks like I'm looking up a lot. My landlords were right outside my window. I can't wait to not have neighbors staring at me while I do my makeup. Anyways, now that that eye look is done, we're going to go ahead and apply some mascara. We're going to use the Wet n Wild Care Bears collection one, which is a nice lengthening, volumizing mascara. Let's be real, when I bought this, it was because it had Care Bears on it, but it is a very good mascara. Drugstore mascara is the only thing I'll ever buy because I wear lashes all the time, so you really can't tell anyways. I'm going to pop on my favorite falsies, which is the Amazon DIY Silk 60 Faux Pink Lashes. They're just so floofy and stunning. I can't get enough of these. We're going to go in with one I haven't used in forever, which is the No. 7 Airbrush Away Tinted Skin Perfector in Light. This is one of those amazing blurring primers. You can really just see the magic work within me just applying this. I take it back. The e.l.f. one that I have is good, but still not as good as this one. But definitely a good I would say, dupe besides the color tint. This one is still the most blurring primer I own for sure. Go ahead and fill in our eyebrows with the Makeup Revolution Brow Duo Pencil in dark brown. This matches my eyebrows perfectly, and I'm trying to like the pencil. Like I said in my last video, it was just like a little too intense and hard to work with, but now that I've been playing with it a little more, I've been able to just use the pencil. It just takes a little more work for me. Now we're going to set our brows with the Get Fluffed Eyebrow Gel from Half Cake Makeup in the shade 0.4, another perfect match for my eyebrows right now. For our foundation, we're going to go in with the Beauty Blender Bounce Always On Radiant Skin Tint in the shade Light 4. This has 20 shades in the range, which I think is not great, but it's also a skin tint, so I feel like it can go pretty far. And like I said, this has, I would say, light coverage, but you can definitely build it up. It definitely has more coverage than your average skin tint. It never looks too cakey, and it matches my skin perfect, and it really wears really nice throughout the day. They do have a concealer, so I'd be interested to try that, but we're gonna go in with the R.e.m. Beauty Sweetener Concealer in this shade Light 5W. I haven't used this in a hot second, and I forgot how much I like it. It's very juicy under the eyes, not drying, but also not too hydrating where it creases heavily. I'm really excited for them to start putting out like foundations and powder products. I have a feeling that's going to be coming soon. I know a lot of people like bitch about the brand saying, oh, it's boring or whatever, but I kind of like that they don't push out a million products every single week. They really think about what they're coming out with, and I think that's nice. We're setting our face with the Kosas Cloud Set in the shade Feathery, which is a little too dark for me. I ordered my new shade, which is Breezy, but it's just not here yet. And with the Sheglam Sun Sculpt Liquid Contour in the shade Soft Tan. It's very gray toned, creamed contour. I have a blush in this, and I really wanted to try out the contour, and it's definitely very shadowy. Works perfect for my skin tone. I definitely really like it. It's very easy to blend. Doesn't get patchy because I did accidentally set my face, so it worked well over powder. Not that I would usually do that, but I really think it looked really nice for my nose contour, especially. It didn't look too orangey or gray. So Maggie approved, and a very nice affordable option for someone who doesn't want to spend a lot of money. I think it's like $5. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's really cheap. It's also really good for your jawline contour because you don't want to contour with a bronzer that looks fake. Not that all makeup isn't fake, but you know what I mean. After we're done contouring, I do go ahead and set it with my trusty Kaleidos Makeup Symphony Contour Trio. And I use the contour and I used a little bit of the bronzer as well to set all of that contour work, but also add a little bit more warmth to the face. Nothing crazy. We're going in with two of the Colourpop Valentine's Day collection, a blush and a highlighter, and we're going to go in with the shade Hot to Touch, which is a bright fuchsia. Definitely a dupe for that like Dior blush everyone's talking about, or the Persona Cosmetics Bubble Blush, but you can buy it at Colourpop for like $10. But we're also going to take those two shades from the Juvia'S Place eyeshadow palette, and we're just going to kind of top that blush just a little because it felt a little too bright pink for the eye look. And then we're going to highlight the base with the Colourpop Pressed Powder highlighter in the shade Makin Memories. Very icy white. Stunning, but I did have to buff it out a little bit because it's a little too bright on my skin tone. But very nice to highlight the under eyebrow, especially with this eye look. It matched really well. And because I'm insane, I went ahead and took that duochrome that I used on my eyes, and I used it as like a blush highlighter topper just because it's so fun and duochrome. I figured it would be a nice blush topper and also tie in that highlighter with my eyes, and it definitely worked. So makeup is definitely very versatile here. Lip time, which is one of my favorite parts. We're going in with the Ciate London lip liner in the shade Brownie. And we're carving out our lips, and then we're going to take one of the new E.l.f. O-Face lipsticks in the shade Dirty Talk, which I thought was hysterical. All the names are really funny, but it's a satin lipstick. The packaging is definitely duping NARS, and it's magnetic too, which is fancy. It's $9, which is a little bit more for e.l.f, but at the same time it's really nice packaging, really nice satin matte formula. It's not something that's gonna like stay matte and not transfer. It definitely transfers, but it's like a very beigey nude pink. It's one of those colors that makes your teeth look extra white, which I was surprised by. It's definitely a lighter lip for me. I tend to like to go on the darker nude side of the pink range, but I thought it looked really nice with the lippy. To top off the lips, I wanted to use the R.e.m. Beauty Plumping Lip Gloss in the shade Chucky, which is this stunning duochrome purple, green, pink, gold, glitter-tastic plumping lip gloss. This definitely burns a little bit, but it does go away after a while because it is, we know, like I said, a plumping gloss. But I've been seeing her show this a lot in her promo videos, so I definitely wanted to try it out, and I love it. Very subtle, but if you apply a lot, you can really see that nice sparkle. There is the completed look. I think it turned out really fun and unique, and I feel like I did a good job kind of replicating Juvia'S eyeshadow look, but with different tones. We're gonna have a nice juicy sunshine moment right now, so you can really see that duochrome stunning. Slather me in that shade. But I hope you liked this tutorial and this makeup recreation, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below. I'll send you off with this cute footage of this bird absolutely squawking his head off that I caught the other day.